Alright, so I am a professional tattoo artist for the last 23 years, and I own an Epson M1170 stencil printer. It's an eco tank that I converted to a stencil printer. Now, I've seen 100 videos and I've had nothing but problems. After my printer has ran for a while, it starts to clog up. I try to clean it, nothing works. And when you're using EcoJet inkjet stencil ink to print your stencils, it's different than normal ink. I mean, that stuff really stays. So you can imagine it's going to be a little bit more of a pain when you're cleaning it. However, after rigorous trying different things and just still not getting a good quality print like it did when it was new, I have found a solution, and it may or may not work for you, but I felt compelled to share, so other tattoo artists in there just stopped getting so frustrated they end up ultimately throwing the printer away. It is fixable, but I had to make a little cocktail to make it work correctly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. So you all are familiar with this, the Eco Tank. Mine is the M1170 by Epson. It's just a monochromatic printer, and of course you know that your print heads are right here. This is the carrier. You know, I'm not going to run you through the whole process of, getting that unlocked and pulling it out and taking those out, because I'm sure you've already been there. But so once you pop these cartridges out, you have your little nipple inserts that these cartridges snap into, which go directly to your print heads. And the print heads down here are what clog all of the time. So everybody's also familiar with the syringe kit. Get the syringe, the tube, the print head cleaning solution. You've probably tried it 1,000 times and it just does not work, because like I said, it's inkjet stencil ink. It's not normal printer ink. So I had to use a little bit of a combination. So there is this stuff for removing stencils. It's called Stencil Magic Remover. It's made by Dynamic. It's great stuff. You can spray it on a stencil on skin, rub it in real good, and it wipes off for the most part. So here's my secret. So I took some of this and I mixed half of this with half isopropyl rubbing alcohol and inside of a syringe, and that's what I used to flush it with. Now when I flushed it, you want to leave some air in the syringe over the solution to provide some cushion. You don't want to go straight plunger to fluid. That air is going to give you, so you don't ruin your print heads. So you'll suck up half of this, the other half isopropyl alcohol. You'll start flushing it through. You'll let it sit for a few minutes to allow that stuff to kind of soak and loosen. Then you'll kind of push a little bit more through. Now the viscosity of this stuff is a little thicker, which is why I cut it with isopropyl rubbing alcohol. I tried it with a little bit of alcohol, mostly this, and it wasn't wanting to flush through so well, but I figure half and half mix with this and alcohol works great. But I flushed it, plunged it maybe 3-4 times, and in between plungings I let it kind of soak for about 5 to 10 minutes each time. And then when I was done, I basically used a syringe filled with nothing but isopropyl rubbing alcohol and pushed through any of the remaining Stencil Magic stuff that was still in the print head, and it was a nice consistent flow at this point. Now there was a point where I had to suck some back up in and push it through like so when I had it connected to the print head inlet, just to kind of push and pull any debris that's left. But ultimately, at the very end, I took straight isopropyl alcohol and I just flushed it straight through until it was a nice consistent feeling. It's going to go through real slow, so be patient, and that's why I use a little bit of air in the tube before you got the solution to provide some cushion so you don't force it through too hard. But once I got the isopropyl alcohol as the last step flushed through, I took a syringe with nothing in it, just air, and I pushed any of the remaining fluid cleaner out of the print head, and it worked pretty good. I let it dry adequately for about 10-15 minutes, and then I probably did 3 normal cleanings. You can do a power clean. I don't like doing it because it ruins your service box life. So I just did maybe 3 to 4 print head cleanings, normal print head cleanings, and then it started working really great. And I'll show you what I mean right here. So, as you can see, this is the crap I was getting with starting out great, and then bam, it's starting to give me nothing but problems. And then this was my end result right here. So, as you can see, I dealt with so much headache from getting this after cleaning and then doing it again and again, and it just was not working. And after doing what I just explained, you get your printer back. So, like I said, it's inkjet stencil. It does not come out the same way as normal printer ink does. Usually, your normal print head solutions that you get off like Amazon work, but not well enough to remove the stencil ink. So, a little bit of this dynamic stencil remover mixed with alcohol, letting it flush through, let it sit for a few, flush some more through, and then ultimately just alcohol to flush out any remaining cleaner, and then a little bit of air to flush out anything left in the print head. So that way when ink starts going back into the print head, it doesn't mix with whatever cleaner's still left in there and dilute it and cause problems again. You push it all out with some air, then you connect your lines, hook everything back up, run it through some power cleans, you should be good to go. I didn't want to run through all the process of getting the print heads ready and taking everything out, because I'm sure you've already been down that road. So drop me any comments, questions, and see if we can help you out. Hope this helps.